Hello and welcome. Now today I'm going to be showing you how to change fuel pump in your old school. I'm using Chevy here for an example. Big block, small block will be the same. Now the other old school is going to be a little bit different, but these Chevrolets here have a fuel pump push rod. There's a little trick for that. I'm going to show you how to do an easy trick that I do. Now the fuel pump I'm using, because I know people are going to ask, is this one right here. So focus. There we go. This is a Carter muscle car fuel pump. I've been running them for years with stock and modified engines with larger cams and all that good stuff, and it works good. And for those who are wondering, it does have the return, which I prefer to run the return. It's going out. Time to change it. Let's get to it. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. So let's look here. You can see our fuel pump is right down there. You can see we got 3 hoses here. Inlet, return to the carburetor. Now these two right here are always going to be rubber lines. Make sure they're good. I've replaced these already in the last couple of years. And they're going to have a clamp, whether it's these worm clamps or a spring clamp. Whichever one you prefer, as long as they're tight and don't leak, always make sure everything's tight. We're just going to take these 2 clamps off. This one, some people have the metal line, some people they changed it. Now I got a fitting in here to change it because I want mine routed away from all heat sources instead of going through behind the alternator around the water pump to get heat. I don't like that, so I did this, and I just never changed to a new steel line. But it is what it is. If you got steel line, you're going to take a wrench, take that off. Like I said, this line right here, you either have rubber or steel. Steel is a better line. But sometimes you just run rubber, because my stock steel line was bad and I never got enough. Alright, now as you can see here, there's my fitting, and it is adjustable. So it's got a nut here, and you can adjust where you want that, so you can face your fuel line wherever you want it, which comes in handy on certain things. Depending on your build and where your fuel lines need to go and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's one way I do it. You don't have to do it that way. So this is where your stock line would be, if you still have your stock line. Alright, for those that may not have been able to see exactly what I'm doing, I'm going to explain it here. So here's a fuel pump. Imagine it is in the block. Take the screws out, it drops. You got your block here and your plate here. You're still in there. Push rod's still up against the lever. Take the flathead, come in, and most time it's pretty easy. You get it right there and you can push that push rod back up, bring this up, pull it out. This will allow you to move the push rod in time it needs. And usually it lays like that, and it'll push the rod up a little bit further. So what you do is when you come in, come up from underneath, go right behind the plate, get in the hole. You'll push the flathead, and it'll push the flathead with the lever on the fuel pump. And once you're in, you just pull that out, push rod lands right in place, and you're good to go. And I've done this many times. It's the way I always change my fuel pump. I never use that bolt. Alright, now this is where I'm going to say, please don't ask me for the size and what it is, because it does vary. And I say that because people change out bolts. People will put aftermarket hardware in there. So the bolt is not always the same size as someone else's. Mine happens to be a 7/16. There's one on this side of the pump and one right on the other side. Pretty simple. But that's not where the problem usually lies for most people. It comes up on the fuel pump push rod. I'm going to leave that one in, even though it's loose, and I'm going to take the other one all the way out in the back. That one's all the way out. And we'll just go ahead and take this one all the way out now as well. It's not what I wanted, but I got my finger in here, and this is kind of part of the trick. I got my fuel pump push rod pushed up with my finger. I wasn't ready for that though. Now I'm going to try to put this ratchet in there. This was not part of the plan, and unfortunately it happens this way sometimes. Actually, I'm already half prepared. It's not the screwdriver I wanted to use, but this is what I do. I put a big flathead right in the way of the fuel pump push rod. That way it holds it up. I don't have to mess with putting a bolt all the way in and all the way out. Now I usually like to use a bigger screwdriver like this, but it's fine. It is what it is. I got my fuel pump gasket on. The 2 bolts started. Oops. Weep. There. Now you see I got the flathead in there, holding the fuel pump push rod up. Rather than trying to mess with that screw and try to find a longer screw to pull it all the way in, all the way out, all that extra crap, I got my fuel pump with the gasket on it and 2 bolts in it. That way it's easier to start. And what I will do is I'll just come up under the screwdriver, raise the screwdriver, slide the fuel pump push, or the lever under the flathead, and it'll be now right up under the rod. Now I'll get the 2 bolts started. Which sometimes is hard while you're trying to push on the fuel pump against the rod and start these bolts, but that just kind of comes with it, you know. Now we're at the point of reconnecting lines. And I always recommend loosening off and putting on your metal line, because you have more room for a wrench that way. What I'm going to do here is just get my fitting back in there. And I don't remember where I got this fitting, so if you want to know, I honestly forgot. It's been on this, well, it's actually on my old truck, so I've had that fitting to reroute my fuel line 15, 20 years, something like that. I'm not 100% sure at this point. I've had it for quite some time. Now I just got to hold that. It's going to be the same thing with your stock steel line. Now all I gotta do is just push on all the fuel lines, which is pretty simple. Simple and easy. 1, 2, and 3. Now, like I said, at this point, always double check your fuel lines, because it's best to replace them now before anything happens. Especially while you got everything apart. It's the best time to do it. And always make sure all these are tight. Now, part of my fuel pump ritual is, well, I've changed all the lines on this truck years ago, and I've put a inline filter in the frame, one of these plastic ones, just to protect the fuel pump from any trash or debris that's going to come up and get inside of it and maybe damage it, like rust. And you know, rust is metal. Don't want to damage the diaphragm, so I'm going to go ahead and change this now under my truck. Not everyone has one, I get it, but I do prefer that just to help protect the fuel pump. Now I swapped out my filter. It wasn't that bad, but you can tell there's some dinginess to it, so I might as well replace it while I replace the pump. Doesn't hurt. Now there's one last step to do that I don't think a lot of people do. Maybe it's paranoia, OCD, whatever it is. This is always a step I do anytime I change a fuel filter, I change a line, anything to do with fuel, because I don't want anything bad to happen. Now I know I tighten these up, but I'm going to start it up, let it run, and watch the line for about a minute and check them all and make sure nothing's leaking. I'm going to wipe them off first, that way there's not any leftover fuel, and I'll start it up. I'm going to check for leaks. Alright, no leaks anywhere. Good. That pumped up and filled up pretty quick. That's good too. So I should be right back in business. Thankfully, I always have a spare fuel pump put up, because you never know. You never know. I've been stranded once by a bad fuel pump. And once by bad fuel lines, because they collapsed. But out of, 25 years of driving, man, it's pretty good. No leaks, I'm good. Alright, there it is. It is changed. Fairly simple, easy, quick. Took me longer just filming the video than it would normally to change it. It don't take that long. 2 bolts, 3 lines. And then my filter, which don't take very long either. It's pretty easy accessible under the frame. Because I had to install new lines, I made a gap to where I could put a filter to protect the pump from anything that may get in the gas tank in the future after I clean the tank. So, just precautions. I hope you enjoyed this video and it proved helpful. As always, thanks for watching.